Change is hard. I know people make it seem like a walk in the park and they tell you to change yourself, reinvent yourself, go to 2.0 and all that, but it is a different story in the real world. As much as we would love to change, our inherent nature prefers to stay where it is, especially when we don't know exactly how to do it. Can you now see that the fight for greatness is between you versus you? And as you may know, reinventing yourself is an important step to staying relevant in today's rapidly changing world. This is why Ume Kolintibube, aka the Success Soldier, has brought together 12 profound speakers in a 6-day conference titled REINVENTION 2023, Disrupting You for Global Relevance. The speakers are Awesomeness Eswabana, Nii Shoinka, Dr. Onyeka Chiemele, Jasper Ifeanyi, Shegun Manuel, Mark Idiahi, Emmanuel A. Amadu, Solomon Otah, Elisha Maman, Frederick Namdi Ibembu, Okoye Ijoma Dicta, Raymond Okpani. The panelist, the energetic EJ, Pressure Chukwemeka Nwusu, and the keynote speaker, Emmanuel Olatunji, EGA. Regardless of your background or status, this is your chance to redesign your life and transform into the next level you. Click the link anywhere around this video to register for this life-changing conference. See you there.
Wow, we are back at last. Welcome, Sir Solomon Otah. Am I pronouncing that Igbo name well? Is it Otah? Is that a short form or that's not the full name?
That's the full name.
Okay, I'm an Igbo guy. I cannot even pronounce the name well. Don't mind me. Alright. I'm your brother. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to REINVENTION 23 conference. I'm privileged to be the convener of this conference because I had deep desire and this burden that I should do this. I had no choice than to do it. That's why I brought you here so that I come and teach us the right way to sell our digital products like magic. In this place now, you become the Merlin. You've watched that Merlin movie, the way you perform magic. So I want you to perform that magic in this digital products when it comes to selling it out. So that's why I brought you here. But before we start, I would like to let them know who Solomon Otah is before we go on. So let's sit back and listen as I read. Solomon Chinedu Otah is the CEO of SoftPoint Digital Consult, a tech and media firm that helps personal and business brands look beautiful, get attention, and experience massive growth in sales. He is multiple local and global award winner, winning the Writer of the Year award in 2019 in the 35 under 35 awards courtesy of Stop the Second campaign. He also won an International Visionary Award in 2019 courtesy of Jamai 2018 courtesy of Grace Data Ministry. He received a certificate of nomination as one of the 25 under 25 influential persons in Nigeria under the media and communications category, courtesy of SME 100. He won the Igbo Young Impact Maker Award in 2021, courtesy of Century Map. He won the Jide KG Award in 2020. He won the Most Creative Actor of the Year in 2021, courtesy of Great Data Ministry. He has written 8 books and 1 paperback book. He has so many digital courses. Wow, so you have written 8 books. 8.
I don't know. Change is hard. I know people make it seem like a walk in the park and they tell you to change yourself, reinvent yourself, go to 2.0, and all that, but it is a different story in the real world. As much as we would love to change, our inherent nature prefers to stay where it is, especially when we don't know exactly how to do it. Can you now see that the fight for greatness is between you versus you? And as you may know, reinventing yourself is an important step to staying relevant in today's rapidly changing world. This is why Ume Collins Ibube, aka the Success Soldier, has brought together 12 profound speakers in a 6-day conference titled Reinvention 2023, Disrupting You for Global Relevance. The speakers are Awesomeness Swabana, Niyi Shoyinka, Dr. Umieka Chiemele, Jasper Ifeanyi, Shegun Manuel, Mark Idiahi, Emmanuel A. Amadu, Solomon Otah, Elisha Maman, Frederick Namdi Ibembo, Okoye Ijoma Dicta, Raymond Okpani. The panelist, the energetic EJ, Pressure Chukwemeka Nwusu, and the keynote speaker, Emmanuel Olatunji, EGA. Regardless of your background or status, this is your chance to redesign your life and transform into the next level you. Click the link anywhere around this video to register.
All right. Okay,
Yes,
sorry about that.
Martin.
Because of that, I had to put that break so that it won't be that. Yeah. So, sir, you've written 8 books. Wow. And one paperback. Wow, it's not easy. 8 books. I respect you, sir. I honor you, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you for making it fun. Because when you write books, you not become an author, but you become an author with authority. Yes, you become an author with authority. That's what I want for education. Thank you, sir. And I learned that you are an actor. Wow. You know, because I work for art, I don't. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So today we want to speak about the way to sell traditional products like magic. So people now need to reinvent the way they sell, reinvent the way they think, their mindset and everything. So I'll just sit back and watch you teach. Thank you, sir. Have
Okay, so thank you so much. If at any point you aren't hearing me clearly, I would love you to inform me so I can be very much aware. I must first of all appreciate the fact that you considered me as one of those who will be speaking in this amazing conference. I've seen the publicity, I've seen the planning that have gone into this, and I must confess it is top notch. The way you presented it, in fact, when I saw the flyer, I was so much impressed that you could pull such heavyweights to this conference. It actually shows that you're very much interested in the success of whosoever would find himself in this conference. And it's very commendable. Thank you so much for inviting me. And in the few minutes I'll be spending here, I am confident that it's going to be impactful, it's going to be educative, it's going to be amazing. And I want to urge everyone who finds himself in this particular conference to stay put, sit tight, and of course, have your notes and your pen handy to take down as much as I will be giving out this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Solomon Otah, and I am going to be your speaker in the next few minutes. Now, the topic I was asked to talk about is the right way to sell out digital products like magic. I would like to start this way. For the convener to say the right way to sell out digital products, that means we have the wrong way of selling. If there's a right way to do a particular thing, that means there's a wrong way to do that same thing. So how do we know if a particular strategy or method is right or wrong? The results of your marketing shows if you have done the right thing or the wrong thing. So when you try to sell a digital product and you fail to make as much sales as you expect, it simply means that it's either there's something you're not doing or there's something you're doing in the wrong way. So my task in the next few minutes is to show you the right way to sell out your digital products. But it would be wrong for me to go into talking about sales without helping you understand what a digital product is. We have so many persons here who have little or no knowledge about what a digital product is. So I think that's the best place for me to start. So when you heard during the introduction, I've written 8 ebooks. What it simply means is that I have 8 digital products to my name. I have a paperback book, which is a hard copy book. Then I have different courses, which is also a digital product. So, what is a digital product? A digital product is simply any knowledge packaged and delivered in an electronic format. Any knowledge packaged and delivered in an electronic format. And we have different forms and types of digital products. We have ebooks, we have courses, video courses, audio courses, we have masterminds, we have planners, we have webinars, and so many of them. Now, these things are packaged and delivered in the electronic format, in a digital format, which means you might not hold them physically with your hands, but you have access to the knowledge in it through the media space. Having developed this and having set up this foundation, I believe strongly that every other thing I'll be talking about sales here, you would understand what we are selling. Okay. Now, I intentionally decided not to take down any notes for this class because I want to be very practical and I want to speak from the standpoint of experience. And I'm going to be telling you exactly what I do and what I've done over the years with my digital products when it comes to selling. Just recently, I launched my latest ebook, The Sales Magic Book. And I took a particular route, which I'll be sharing with us in this particular section to help you in your next sales. So the first thing you must do if you want to sell out a digital product is this. First, you must carry your audience along during the period or the process of creating that digital product. You must carry your audience along. In fact, you are not permitted to write the first word until you must have validated your audience to be sure that they actually need the solution your digital product is going to offer. So what did I do? Before I started selling, in fact, before I started writing Sales Magic Book, I created an awareness. I raised an alarm. I showed concern to people and their poor sales strategy. So I engaged people online, tried to find out the challenges they had with sales, tried to find out if they would love to have a solution to their sales problems. I did that, please take note, I did that using Facebook posts. I asked questions online and I got feedbacks. I did that by creating content that had a call to action that pushes people to talk to me about their sales problem. I also maximized one-on-one conversations. I went into people's DM. I tried to help them as much as I could, having them tell me about their sales problem while I provide solution to them. So each of these conversations made me understand that people actually had the sales challenge. People actually wanted to sell more. People actually wanted to get better strategies to sell out. That gave me a good foundation. It gave me a good background to start writing. So when I eventually started writing, I did not write in isolation. I did not just hide. You know, some people would always say, suffer in silence, so your result, okay, hustle in silence, let your result make the noise. That's awesome. It's a wonderful ideology. But you might actually be hustling in silence and you'll be hustling the wrong way. And when you're hustling and suffering in silence, you might die in that your hustle, or probably when you finally show up with your results, your result will be rejected. So I tell people, when you're writing a book, you don't write in isolation. So after I had done the whole background stuff and I decided, fine, I am going to write this book. What did I do next? I chose a title. I created an anticipation for a period of time, and finally, I wrote on a sheet of paper, I wrote Sales Magic Book as the title, and I showcased it online. My friends saw it, people were like, wow, this is awesome. Guess what? At that point, I have not written a word of that book. I have not written anything about that book. But the fact that these persons were seeing the whole process, it made them to anticipate this book even when the writing had not started. So these persons were already seeing themselves reading this book through my content online. They were already feeling themselves having a copy of this book even before the writing started. So if you must sell your product out like magic, you must take your audience through the writing journey. They must be part of the process from the very beginning. That is one. So when I showcased most of my plans on daily basis, I come up and I tell them, this is what I'm doing. I just completed chapter one. This is what I talked about in chapter one. And already they are feeling, of course, I will not share everything in the chapter, but I'm giving them little by little, making them feel hungry for more. You know, this feeling of Oliver Twist, I want more. So they are reading along with you while they're anticipating the bigger product. Now, this is called the Suyama strategy. Now, I want to really show you that each and every one of us have been part of I've actually experienced buying suya from, of course, the suya man at our junction or wherever. And once you get to the man's table, the first thing he does is to slice a piece of suya, dip it into their pepper, and hand over to you, even though you don't request for it. And immediately you have a test of that suya, one thing is guaranteed: you will definitely buy. You will definitely buy. So it's either you buy the exact amount you intended to buy, or the great taste of that suya might even push you to buy more. So what they do is not just an unnecessary ritual, it is an intentional act to get you to buy. They actually committing you and making it compulsory for you to patronize them. So this is what you should do with your digital products. Learn to give your audience a tip. Learn to give them a piece of what they should expect. That will help create the anticipation and the hunger for more. So when finding the product launches out, these persons are already hungry to consume, and it becomes very easy to sell to them. I have written 8 ebooks. Of course, currently we have 9, and in this month I will be writing 2 with other individuals who have said yes to my upcoming training. I'll be writing 2, and the plan is on how to set out these products. Very soon you'll start seeing some of my journeys or some of the process as I unleash them. So I have just talked about giving out a piece of what your audience should expect from the digital product as one of the strategies that helps you sell out your digital product. I've also talked about carrying them along in the writing journey. Now, I'm saying writing, digital product is not limited to writing. Please don't get me wrong. It can be a video course, it can be a planner, it can be a workbook, it can be just anything, any means of how you decide to package your knowledge. But ensure you take them through the journey. Ensure they are part of the process. So let's take, for instance, you are recording a video course for a fashion. Okay, let's say you are recording a video course for your web designing course. Today, you can maybe, after recording the module for how to add plugins. You can come online and tell your audience, I successfully recorded this video, and this is where you should learn how to you should learn how to plug in different or how to add plugins to your website and this and that. When you share things like this, these persons they would want to know. It makes it easier for them to accept your product when it is finally out. So that is it. Then another way to actually sell out your product very fast. Another way is to first be a marketable product. It will be very easy for people to buy from you when you are a marketable product. I tell people, no matter what you think, people buy you first before your product. People buy you first before your product. The truth is that some persons, if I give some persons sales magic book to sell, they might not sell as much copy as I would sell. That's just the truth. And it is not because they are less humans, but because of the perception, what people think about me and what they think about you. People buy you before they buy your product. So if you want to sell out, if you want to sell out your digital product, you must build yourself to become a marketable product. So when you see lots of persons begin to tell you how much they've made from digital products and all that, you begin to envy them. These persons have built themselves. They've been able to get people to know them, like them, and trust them. So their products become a highly demanded product simply because of their personality. So someone like Emeka Nobis, the Don Emeka Nobis, can price a product at 20K and that product will sell like wildfire. You pick up the same product, price it at 1K and you struggle to sell. Not because you are ugly, not because he's more handsome, not because he's richer than you, but he has built himself to become a marketable product. So people no longer need to doubt the authenticity or how good or quality his products are because they have tested his content, they have learned from him, and they are sure that anything that comes from him is valuable. So don't just concentrate on your product, you have to concentrate on you. And that's why I tell people, you must be very careful, knowing fully well that digital products are sold online, are sold on social media, on the internet and online platforms. You should take your online presence seriously. You must take your online presence very serious. You shouldn't come to the online space and you want to live this carefree life. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care what people think about me. You can live such life if only you don't expect your audience to ever pay you or entrust their money into your hands. If you ever plan to sell to your audience, then you must create a perception that shows quality, that shows intentionality, that shows that you're valuable. That is the easiest way to sell. So people want to buy from someone who they can trust. People want to buy from someone who they know. People want to buy from someone who they like. That is why most times you see influencers charging you to run ads on their platforms because they know they have the audience who will jump on offer simply because the recommendation came from them. So you must make yourself to become a marketable product. I've talked about three things. The first, I said, you must take your audience through the journey of your digital product creation. Take them through that journey. The second one, you must give them a piece of your product to create anticipation and hunger for more. Then the third, you must build yourself to become a marketable product, owing to the fact that people buy you first before they buy your product. So the next thing you will do is to embrace collaboration. Embrace collaboration. Now, the mistake people do is that they wait until they have something to sell before they begin to network. They wait until they have a product they wish to sell before they begin to network. There are quality relationships you can invest in that will help you sell out your product when it is ready. Let me give an instance. I started following the Don Emeka Nobi with him over the years. Easily talk about me to his audience. Last year, I was privileged to be one of his panelists in Conversation with the Don. I invited him to my conference, physical conference last year, and he showed up. Now, when people see me and him, when they see myself and the Don Emeka Nobis, they begin to wonder, what did you do? What's the magic? What's the secret? I tell them there is no secret. This is simply investment in relationship. And that investment in relationship have earned me more money than I could ever have gotten if I just depended on coming to him for help when I needed it. Okay, so you must invest in relationships, embrace collaboration. So many persons slide into my DM sometimes will say, please, I have this training that's coming up. Please, sir, I want you to help me repost. I tell them, no. You don't expect me to just pick up your training and post on my WhatsApp status. My audience will jump into your training. They get disappointed over the poor product you are delivering or the poor value you are delivering, and they come back to say, I thought this person recommended you. No. Over time, you have to build this relationship. You have to prove yourself to be valuable enough so that people can easily recommend you. Most persons know I'm a graphic designer. If you check my status, I hardly talk about it. I hardly talk about it. I hardly talk about most of my products, but no day passes by without me selling a product. And that is because I have people who talk about me on daily basis, both on their status, on their platforms, and to their friends.
Sorry, let
So
me
you
say
must
this,
start
sir. Can I
very
talk?
much.
I want to say this, sir. Can you
Okay.
hear me? You
Yeah.
said you're a graphic designer. You are an actor. You are an actor. Yeah, you're a seller. I want to say that you can never be poor again. You are so skillful. Too good to be ignored. Because you have a skill that will sell everything that cannot make you to be poor again. I can say
Yes,
with
yes,
faith
yes.
and boldness that you can never be poor again as long as you have this selling skill. You can never be poor again.
Yes, yes,
You are filled.
yes.
Thank you. Continue.
Exactly what you said. Just what you said now. I made this claim to my friend, I think last year. I told him I would never be broke again. And he was actually shocked. He told me, guy, don't you think it's too early to make such a strong claim? And I told him I'm very much aware of what I'm saying. And that is because, in fact, the truth is, I don't know why people till now are waiting to be forced to create digital products. This digital product would actually save you in critical times. I'll give you an example of what I did with Sales Magic Book. I'll come back to that. Okay, so as I was saying, you have to actually collaborate, build and invest in relationships. It makes it easier for you to sell. So far, I have not reached out to lots of persons to talk about Sales Magic Book, but what did I do? I have people who have tested my value. I have people who, at one point or the other, have received one help from me or another. So what did I do? I wanted to launch Sales Magic Book, and I invited some of these persons. Bro, I'll be launching my book on this day. I want you to be part of the book launch. I invited different persons. An ebook that cost me 0 naira to create, on the day of the launch, for those that attended, I have people that launched the book with 15,000 naira. I have people that launched with 10,000, 5,000, and even more. Remember, I created Sales Magic Book spending 0 naira. I spent nothing to create that book. I'm a graphic designer. I designed the book cover. I designed all the sales flyers. I designed everything. I wrote the book. I edited it. I formatted it. I did everything myself, and I spent zero naira. But that same book, I wouldn't want to tell you what I've achieved with that book. Of course, I might come to that later. But I'm trying to tell you that I got thousands of profits from that book,
Wow.
spending nothing. So for the people
Wow.
here, I'm not telling you that you spend nothing to create your digital product. Please, you have to spend. If you are not a graphic designer, you need to hire a graphic designer to do your covers. If you don't know how to edit a book, you need to hire a good editor. If you don't know how to format a book, you need to get a publisher. If you don't know how to market your book, you need to get someone to coach you and direct you. Okay? That's why we are here, to teach you how to sell digital products in the right way. So I've talked about, I think, three things now. Okay, four things now. The first, I said you should if I'm not mistaken, the first I said you should take your audience through the journey of your digital product creation. The second, you should give them a piece of the value so they can be hungry for more. The third, you should make yourself or build yourself to become a marketable product. And the fourth, collaborate and invest in relationships. These are the ways you can actually sell out your product. Then the next thing you should do is to maximize launch, digital product launch. Maximize digital product launch. Now, this is one of the fastest way to recover your money for any digital product you create. Now, I wanted to place, because I wanted lots of persons to get Sales Magic book, I decided I was going to place the pre-order fee at 2,000 naira. But I know I would not be able to hit my financial goal so quick if I depend on just selling at 2,000 naira. So I had to go through the book launch route. So what did I do? I created a date, or I chose a date for the book launch. I invited my friends. A product I plan to sell for 2,000 naira at pre-order price, I had one person buy that same product 15,000 naira in the book launch. If I am to sell that product at 2,000 naira, I would need 7 persons to buy that product and 1 person to pay 1,000 naira to be able to get 15,000 naira. So lots of persons bought at 15,000, 10,000, 5,000, and I was able to make as much money I would have made selling that product at 2,000 naira within a period, in one day. Okay, in one night. So that is it. You need to maximize book launch. Yes, invite quality people who understand what it means to get value from digital products and have them launch your book. So even after the book launch, most of my close friends, when I come to their DM, I tell them, you've not gotten a copy of Sales Magic book. When they ask me how much, I'll tell them, okay, the pre-order price is 2,000 naira, but you are actually going to launch the book. Some persons will launch at 3,000, some will launch at 5,000, and so on and so forth. So the next thing is to maximize book launch. Maximize your digital product launch. If it's a video course, you can create a launch. And of course, in the launch, you don't need to say everything. Now, in my own book launch, what I simply did was to give them a piece of what to expect. In fact, after I highlighted the table of content, people were so amazed that they couldn't just wait for the time to start paying and getting their own copy. And guess what? The day I launched the book, I was still in chapter 3. I just finished the chapter 3 of that book. And Sales Magic book has 10 chapters. So I just concluded the chapter 3 of that book and I launched the book. So after the launch, the pre-order process started, people started pre-ordering, and I gave them a day when the delivery will start. And of course, I kept to my words. So guys, that's another way, maximize the launch strategy. Number 6, leverage on wait lists. Leverage on wait list. It is very important. Now, the reason why you should actually use wait lists is because the people in your wait list might not buy this product immediately, but you have the tendency of getting them to buy even in future by offering them little value per time. So when you have a wait list of, let's say, 100 persons, 100 of these persons might not buy immediately, but at least you have them in a smaller group or a closer group where you can always come, give value, where you can always come, drop testimonies, where you can always come, drop, amazing stuff that will convince them to buy at a later stage. So you have to leverage on wait list. Let me give a practical example. My very good friend, Chioma Nnanna, actually has a particular program she runs, the Advanced Skill Up program. And currently in her wait list, she has 700 and something people in her wait list. There is no guarantee that all of them would register for that training, but she have these persons as potential buyers. So maybe for this particular buyer, she might get 100 persons out of the 700 to pay. So when she wants to run the next edition, all she needs to do is to open up the waitlist for more persons to join. And those who could not afford it at the initial stage must have had enough time to save up the money to buy. So they will get the information firsthand and they will be the first to hop in. So before the new people will start buying the course, she already have people who have tested her value who would want to jump on the offer in the next opportunity. So you have to leverage on waitlist strategy. That's another way to sell out your digital product. So I also used it for sales magic book. I had a wait list, few persons who were ready to buy the product. And when it was launched, I didn't need to say much about the product again. They were aware of everything I did in the book and we just got their copies. Okay, so that is another strategy. So let's move out for sales magic book. For sales magic book. At some point last year, okay, I early this year I put out a post online where I told my audience that I actually went to repair a minor issue on my laptop, and unfortunately the repair guy made some mistakes and the laptop got damaged and went to fail. And I was really pained because I had big projects I was planning to handle, I needed to handle big projects. First, I needed to get a new apartment, I needed to get some stuff fixed and all that. So I was really pained. Guess what? Somehow, God used a friend of mine to get me a laptop. And
Wow.
immediately I got that laptop, the first thing that came to my mind, I said, I need to raise money with this laptop. So with that laptop, I immediately created the ebook, Sales Magic Book, and of course the sales started. In fact, I shared the testimony with him less than 1 week of launching that book. I was able to raise money that could buy that laptop twice. I was able to raise money that I used in getting myself a new apartment and some other things in the apartment. For now, I've not announced it to my audience yet. If you've been checking my status, I've been talking about transition, transition, transition. That's because I've moved from where I stayed before to a very much better place. In fact, where I stay currently, I think the rent there is almost times three of the previous place I stayed. How did I get this money? By selling one digital product. Another thing you must understand is this: sales is a game of numbers. Sales is a game of numbers. Some persons don't pay attention to number, and that is why they don't sell out. So you sold 5 products today. five digital products today or 5 units of your digital product today, all you need to do is to multiply the effort that got you that 5 sales to actually increase the sales. So you did this particular thing today and you got 5 sales. If you want to scale, all you need to do is add more effort. You must understand that sales conversion is 20% or less to convert a particular number of persons. You have, if you're a great salesman, you can be able to convert 20, 30, or even less of your prospects. So let's take, for instance, you are able to talk to 100 persons about your product on a daily basis. The highest number of persons you can convert, the highest number of sales you can convert out of 100 is 10. Or if you are so good, you can convert 20 of them. If you are extremely good, you can convert 30 or 40 of them. So that means you need to consistently put your product in the faces of people, and the more people that sees your product, the higher the chances of making sales. So if you show your product to 5 persons today, and you show your product to the same 5 people tomorrow, and you show your product to 5 people the next day, and you're expecting to make 10 sales, you are deceiving yourself. Unless you have other people everywhere talking about your product. So there is need for you. The next thing you must pay attention to if you want to sell is to pay attention to lead generation. Now, what is lead generation? Lead generation is simply the act of getting people who might be interested, or people who are interested in your product, getting them closer to you. So you can either get them from different platforms to WhatsApp, so they can be able to view your WhatsApp status and possibly pick interest in your product. Or you might have a WhatsApp group where you bring all these persons from different platforms and get them into the WhatsApp group. You nurture them there and you close them. You must pay attention to lead generation. So I have a friend, Mr. Chinedupo, who owns a course, a lead generation course. In fact, I actually gifted myself that course 2 years ago as my first gift for myself in the new year. I bought that course and I was very intentional about that move. I wanted to reach out to more persons because I understood that for me to sell more products, I need more persons to see my product. So I got that course, I learned different things about lead generation, and so far it has really helped me. So for you that is watching me right now, and your highest monthly starting goal is 100, and you want to sell 1,000 units of your product, it is impossible unless you have other people or other platforms where you share the product. But there is no way you can have 100 starting videos daily and you expect to sell 1,000 copies of your digital products. It's not possible. So what do you need to do? You need to look for a way to get new persons to start viewing your research status. So what I do once in a while is I design a flyer for myself. I ask my audience, if you want to help me repost on your status, please indicate. What do I do? I have my contact on that flyer. I have a link. They share it on their platforms. People reach out either to get one of my lead magnets or just to connect with me. So when these persons come closer, they become my audience. With time, after viewing my status for a period of time, they become impressed with what I do and they become fully part of my audience. And one day they buy my product. So I bragged to a friend some time ago. I told him that you must buy my product. In fact, I made it open. I said, whether you like it or not, you will buy my product. It's either you buy it now at a cheaper price or you buy it at a higher price. And of course, it always happens. He shared this on my book launch and everybody was amazed. Yes, if I mention his name, you might actually know him, Mr. Dari Yemi. Dari Yemi. Yeah, he was
I know him, the graphic designer.
okay.
He's a graphic designer, right?
Sorry?
Daryl Yami. Daryl Yami,
Yes,
the graphic designer.
yes. He's
All
a
right, I
graphic
know he's
designer.
my friend.
Okay, so that's awesome. So please inform me when my time is almost up. So let's see. Okay, so that is it. Okay. So I've talked about um maximizing book launch or digital product launch. I've also talked about leveraging on wait list. Then I've talked about understanding that sales is a game of numbers, and thus you should pay attention to lead generation. Pay attention to lead generation. You must make it a duty to generate new leads on daily basis. So what I do is that on daily basis, I try my best to get at least 10 to 20 contacts or 10 to 20 people into my contact. So I go on Facebook, sometimes I slide into people's DM. I try to start up a conversation that would make you request to talk to me more on WhatsApp, and I bring you closer. You start viewing my WhatsApp status, and before you know it, you start buying from me. There are other platforms you can bring this way. You can bring them from Instagram, you can bring them from TikTok, or anywhere you have people paying attention to you. Get them closer to you, then you can be able to close them. The closer they get to you, the higher your chances of closing them. Okay, so that is it. Then another thing is this. In fact, this should be considered the oga patapata of them all. One of the things that will help you sell out your digital product is your offer. Your offer. I told us I would be very practical, and I'm using Sales Magic Book as a case study. What did I do? I didn't just tell people come and buy Sales Magic Book. I gave them offers. So you are not just buying Sales Magic Book. What I did is, one, I created an academy, Sales Magic Academy. Now, everybody that buys Sales Magic Book is qualified and entitled to be a member of the Sales Magic Academy. So in the Sales Magic Academy, what do we do there? I teach them sales even after buying the book. I invite my friends who are sales gurus, my friends who are sales professionals, to come and teach them sales. We discuss about their sales. In Sales Magic Academy, I give them the opportunity to ask questions and get first-hand quality answers. That is an offer I gave them. The second offer I gave is that you have the chance to become an affiliate for the product. So if you've not created your own digital product, you can start reselling Sales Magic Book for a commission. That is an offer. I gave them other offers. I gave them some books, additional books. Some persons, I gave them free consultations. Now, you must always create offers around your digital product, and that is what will help you sell more units of that product. So don't just tell people, come and buy this product. They might not be interested. In fact, so many persons will buy from you, not because of the product, but because of the additional offers created. Yes, I'm saying this from experience. I've had people buy some of my product, not because of the main product, but because of the bonuses. So those little bonus you add to your product can actually convince more persons to buy, even more than your main product. So you must build an offer around your product. Don't just sell a singular product. Build an offer. One of the most recommended offer I always encourage people to build around their digital product is to create a support group. Create a support group. Create a platform where people can come and they get support. So you want to run a training, you want to launch a video course, you can create a support group where people can practice what they've learned from your course, and they can always come there to ask questions when they have challenges. I've noticed, especially in practical fields like graphic designing, um, content creation, web designing, and all that. Some persons have bought quality products, quality courses, but while they are making use of those courses, they encounter some challenges, and they find it difficult to come out of those challenges because there's nobody close by to help them. And because you are only interested in getting the money for the product, you are not there to answer their questions, and most of them get frustrated and they dump the course. And tomorrow they come back to tell people that they didn't get value from the course. So always create offers around your digital product. What are offers? Offers are simply additional bonuses, additional value that people get for purchasing a particular product. So create offers and ensure that your offers are not very much different from your product. So I see lots of persons, because they want to actually use bonus, they start, let's say, a graphic design course. You want to create an offer for a graphic design course. You see people giving you a free ebook on relationship, free ebook on spirituality, and so many other things. These things are not related to graphic designing. So your offer should be something close to your main product. It should be similar to your main product. So let's take, for instance, I am selling a graphic design course. I can give you 300 access to 300 free stock photos. I can give you access to 1,000 wonderful or amazing backgrounds. I can give you access to 50 premium fonts. These are things that are related to the main course, things that will help those that got your course to find it easier to use your course. So it shouldn't be something so distinct and different from the course. Okay, so you must understand the use of offers. In fact, maximize the use of offers for your product. Another thing you can do, if you truly want to sell out your digital product, is to have a budget for marketing. A marketing budget. A marketing budget. This is the challenge many persons have. Okay, just the same way I told us that I created Sales Magic Book without spending zero naira. This is what people want to hear. How can I create this product and make 1 million naira without spending a kobo? My dear, it is very possible, but it doesn't always work that way. It might have worked for me so far. Of course, I am still interested in spending money to ensure that more persons get to see Sales Magic Book, buy it, and I make profits. So have a marketing budget. How much are you going to spend on ads? How much are you going to spend on your designs, your creatives? So people want to write, okay, a friend of mine came to me and he said he wants to host a class, a training. I asked him, what's the price of your training? He said 10,000 naira. And he sent me the flyer for the training, and the flyer was so poor. And I told him, there's no way you market a training of 10,000 naira with this kind of flyer. People will not take you serious. I have to encourage him to get a better flyer. Of course, my brand actually handled his flyers, and we gave him something quality. So what am I saying in essence? You can't desire to make sales as much as you want, and you are not interested in investing in marketing. You must have a budget for marketing. How much are you willing to spend to get the result you want? So I love someone like the Don Emeka Nobis. He talks about his marketing strategies. The Don runs ads, Facebook ads. He runs ads on WhatsApp TVs. He uses influencer marketing. He explores every marketing strategy. Last year, he did billboards. He did billboards in Port Harcourt. In the billboards, he was not telling people to come and buy. He just showcased his face and some of his digital, some of his books. That's the marketing strategy. He's selling himself to the people of Port Harcourt, to the world. So you must have a budget for marketing. Don't expect that people will just buy from you. You must bring this. Then finally, if you want to sell out, you must take your branding seriously. You must take your branding serious. So lots of persons don't pay attention to branding. They think anything goes. I can do it anyhow and I'll get results. No, you must pay attention to branding. Perception, that is branding. What people feel or think about your product. So if you see the cover for Sales Magic book, very simple and eye-catchy. Somebody can buy the ebook just because of the cover. Somebody can buy that your course or digital product just because of the cover. Some persons pay so much attention to branding to a point where they don't mind creating a t-shirt. In fact, when I launched my brand, Soft Point, in fact, we have quality branding. I went to a particular event, I wore my Soft Point t-shirt, I had my Soft Point face cap, I had my Soft Point nose mask. And immediately I stepped into the place, everybody there already knew this is who this man is. Last 2 years, I went to an event hosted by Nosam and Uyo at Uyo. I wore my full branded t-shirt. Branded Gaptooth Coach with my Soft Point logo. I had a cap, I had my nose marks, all branded. Now, it actually got so much attention of people. And of course, I was able to get 1 or 2 new contacts. So you must pay attention to branding if you want to sell. Don't brand your digital product poorly and you expect people to buy. So I see some persons just go to Canva, they pick one of the templates and they change the name, and that's all. It's not wrong to use Canva and the template, but you must brand your product in such a way that people will perceive you to be original. So we have 10 different ebooks with the same cover, but different names. It's obvious you are not willing to spend to get your product to have value or to be quality. And people will say, don't judge a book by its cover. Sorry, in this part of the world, we judge a book by its cover. We judge your digital product by its cover. We would only be interested if they call us, if your branding appeals to us. So you must pay close attention to branding if truly you want to sell out. Yes. So I would love to end with this. I would love to end with this. It is necessary, if not compulsory, that you have a digital product. That's the best advice I can give to anybody. In fact, currently I'm sharing on my Facebook feeds reasons why you need to create a digital product. I'm giving reasons. I know you have lots of reasons, yet you have been ignoring it, but I've been sharing reasons why each and every one of us needs to have a digital product. What have I done over time? I have 9 ebooks now and a hard copy book. Whenever I need money to solve a particular problem, whenever I need money to purchase a particular product, all I need to do is pick up one of these digital products, create an offer around it, market it to my audience, get people who need that solution, and I make my money. This would not be possible without a digital product. Few years ago, I sent a text message to my dad and I told him, forget anything about my academics. I am going to take care of myself. I didn't say that because I had money piled up somewhere. I said that because I had digital products that could fetch me money whenever I needed it. So what did I do? While I was in school, whenever there's need for textbook, whenever there's need for school fees, whenever there's need for lodge rent or whatever, I simply market my product aggressively and I make my money and I pay for these stuffs. And I successfully graduated on my own. I could afford to rent an apartment for myself, courtesy of selling my digital products. So if you are watching this, whether now or later, I want to tell you, you need a digital product
So,
in your life. You need
are
a
you there?
digital product in your life. Okay, so everybody that is here, go get yourself a digital product and of course leverage on the strategies I've outlined to be able to sell out that digital product. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor.
Wow, my God. Wow. Thank you so much, Brother Solomon. What I love about it is that you're not even rushing anything. You are bringing details, story to story, experience. Everything is practical. The other that shocked me, you even branded nose mask. I thought it's called a face mask. You branded it. Wow. I'm learning. I'm learning. Wow. Thank you so much for the honor. Thank you for honoring my invitation to this conference. I'm going to be doing this conference every year. You know, my godfather is Ubon King, the troublemaker, and I'm the success soldier. So I'm modeling him. I'm modeling Ubon King. So I'll be doing it back to back. You will see marketing strategy, everything, fire, fire. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We'll be doing this in every year, just like Thinkation. Yeah, Thinkation by Ubon King. That's what I'm modeling. We'll see how it goes. So thank you so much, sir, for honoring my invitation. God bless you. Okay, we'll be ending this live stream now. I want to say thank you. God bless you. We'll do more together. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
That's awesome.
All right. Bye.
Thank you so much.